Are you suffering from information overload? Can't start your online business no matter what you try to do? Well, in today's video, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to know. My name is Dan Barak, the Deadbeat Super Affiliate. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification button so you're notified of all the Make Money Online videos that I release when I release them. All right, so recently, the last week or so, I've gotten this question like 3 days in a row. So we're going to talk about what to do if you're getting so much information about starting an online business that you're literally paralyzed or figuratively paralyzed and can't start your first online business. Here is exactly what you need to know. So without further ado, let's get to the information overload. Good stuff. Follow me. All right, so information overload. I get this comment all the time on my YouTube video. What do you do about it? So today I'm going to talk about the only thing that you can do. And I've mentioned this a little bit before in the past, but I really want to hammer this point in here today. So right here, there's a guy in school. When you go to school, right, it's very, very passive in the sense that you stack and hoard information before you go and get a job or whatever your action is. So the problem with this is that we've been conditioned to stack and hoard knowledge before putting it into action. Now, as an entrepreneur, that's the worst thing that you can possibly do, because what I've experienced is not only with online business in particular, so Shopify, affiliate marketing, YouTube business, not only does it change very, very fast, but you learn a lot of the subtleties and how to craft and carve your business along the way. So this is stuff you can't really plan for, and you have to resist the urge to study, prepare, and plan. It's literally the worst thing you can do. You want to jump in feet first and learn as you go. So here's the important things I want to talk about. And I don't know why I'm on PowerPoint, but I'm doing it anyway. So what happens is that you're probably, if you're a beginner, you don't really know where to start. So you're on YouTube, you're buying various courses. You know, some people are saying go Shopify, some people are saying go affiliate marketing, some are saying go YouTube. And the answer is that all of these are right. All of these are great business models. You can make a fortune with Shopify, affiliate marketing, and YouTube. You can combine them all. You can mix and match, you know, depending on what kind of, you know, kung fu you want to do. You also have influencer marketing. So if you want to start like Instagram, that's another thing you can do. You can make software SAS platforms. It's endless. You can do an Etsy store. I mean, there's literally more business models than one person can possibly do in their lifetime. It goes on and on and on. You can start an affiliate network if you're really skilled. An advertising agency, that's another business model. There are tons of them. That's not what we want to focus on here today. So as a beginner, it does make a little bit of sense at first to dabble in each one, to figure out which is best for you. Like some people, for example, building software, from my experience, I hate it. I hate doing software. It's just so boring. Can't stand it. But the things that I do like, personally, from my experience, I started my Shopify store. I'm enjoying that. I like affiliate marketing. I like YouTube. I like influencer marketing. And while I do have I do have some softwares, not as a service, but I do have software programs that I've created. I don't personally like that. So I found that over time, you know, some people are geared towards that. Some people are geared to the other thing. But here is the trick, right? The worst thing you can possibly do is stockpile knowledge and like say, let's take a course on Shopify. Let's spend like 3 months learning that. And then you're going to be like, wait, well, now I got to learn about email marketing, so I need to get an email marketing course and spend another $1,000 on that, and spend another 3 months. And the problem is, just if you're conditioned with this passive way of learning, you're just going to go from the next course, the next course, and the next course. And by the time you complete everything, let's say you say, oh, I need to do Shopify, I need to learn email marketing. Now I have to learn blogging. Now I have to learn YouTube. Now, by the time you take all these courses, everything's pretty much changed by the time you get ready to start your store. So here is the best thing you have to keep in mind. And this is what I found pretty much true. I found this tried and true no matter what. Here's your circle of time invested in your business. At the very minimum, this is if you're in a deep learning phase, at the very minimum, 50% of your time should be spent taking action. I'm saying the very minimum. Realistically, like when you're really cruising out, I prefer you guys to be spending about 80 to 75% of your time building up your business. All right, so just so we're clear here, personally, I'm always investing in education. I spend at least an hour or so per day just learning stuff. Nowadays, particularly because I want to take things to the next level, I'm always learning new stuff, but usually it's something that's in line with what I want to know. So you have to resist the urge of, let's say you say to yourself, let's do a YouTube channel. And by the way, guys, if you want to start a YouTube business, I'm releasing tomorrow a special 4-day discount code for my YouTube business system. Just keep an eye out for that. I don't want to talk about that right now. But let's say you want to start a YouTube business, right? What you should do immediately is take a course, take a training, whatever it is, and start cranking out some content. Start taking action. Now you have to avoid the tendency to yourself to say, oh, I just need to learn one more thing. Really what you're doing is this is kind of like your weaker mind taking over to convince you not to take action, because taking action is a risk. You risk spending money, you risk spending time putting it to action. You go through a little bit of pain because making videos can be a little bit painful at first, but that's what you're trying to avoid by going to, let's say, oh, YouTube, I know that. Maybe combine it with a Shopify store. So then instead of taking action, you convince yourself, or you trick yourself into thinking that learning is action. And in entrepreneurship, I've said this many times before, it's just like in martial arts. Like, you need to fight, you need to spar in order to actually obtain the practical skill of building a business. You can't just do technique all day on the bag, and while that helps, it certainly helps, doing forms if you're into like Chinese martial arts, or in jiu-jitsu if you just do technique all day. There's a benefit to that, but the majority of what you're going to learn is in the trenches. All right, so where I'm going with this is that the main issue here is, I think, and I don't mean to be judgmental because I've totally been here before, especially after a failure, if you're a little bit fearful, I think you're just kind of chickening out. You're being a little bit weak in the sense that you're trying to avoid taking the risk, putting in the energy, and potentially failing. So all I can say, and this is coming from Deadbeat here, you just kind of have to nut up, so to speak, nut up and put this into action and try and fail. This is going to happen over and over again. I promise you guys. You're going to fail. You're going to mess up. But you're 10 times more of a badass doing that than just sitting and reading and watching courses and tricking yourself into doing nothing. I've seen this time and time again. People say, like, oh, I've been doing internet marketing for 10 years, but I've only made like $100 a month at most. Well, really what you're telling me is if you've been learning for 10 years and you've done minimal action. So just to keep going with this, guys, my web hosting business, I started that. There were no guides. There were no blueprints to follow. It was very wild, wild west-ish. So the way I learned there was I did it one piece at a time. This is how it was. This was one of the first business I started. I was like, all right, web hosting. I'm going to host people's sites for $10 a fee. Where do I start? All right, well, I guess I need to learn about servers. So I went and I started going through forums to figure out what kind of servers that I needed to get. So I was like, all right, now it's the time to take some action. I'm going to buy a server. So I bought the server, right? And as the server was coming, I spent time learning some Unix, some system administration. By the way, I found out later, I didn't even have to know any of this stuff. But the important thing is that I got the hosting company up and running and getting clients. And while it was not the most optimal way to go about it, like I totally wasted some money, some time. But at the end of the day, after, I think it took me like maybe a few weeks at most from the point where I started the business to getting up and running. Let's just say it took a month or two. At the end of that 2 months, I had a business up and running. It wasn't the best thing out there, but that is 20 times better than had I just spent 2 months trying to learn the optimal thing, and I'd still have to go through all the little trial and error things along the way. So if you're suffering from information overload, the end of the thing here is pick one of these models and just start doing it. Don't be a chicken. Grow some proverbial balls there and put it into action. If you're female, whatever that is, you need to grow those and put it into action and fail and get it wrong. And then along the way, you're going to learn just a little bit better each time the way to do it. So if you don't know where to start, focus on, this is where, if I was you, so starting from scratch, build up an audience. So let's just take one of your passions, whatever that is. Let's say it's badminton. Make a YouTube channel, make a blog, focus on that first. That's something you can do. You could start literally today, and you could probably get this up and running within 2 or 3 days if you really put your mind to it. So you're gonna be way better off doing that. Focus on building your audience. One of the best ways I think doing that right now is YouTube. All right, so YouTube, you can build up an audience for free, 100% for free. You can use it to build an email list. You can use it to build highly targeted, highly rabid fans, which you can then sell things to. So if you want to segue into creating your own Shopify store, you have the groundwork that you need to turn it into money. So YouTube is, in my opinion, where the action is in 2018. Tomorrow, I am releasing a President's Day discount code for my Tube Tycoon system. So that's going to show you step by step how to build a YouTube business from scratch, even if you don't want to appear on camera. So you can do this. I have many YouTube channels where I don't even appear in and that make money. You can do this without showing up on camera. You can do this with zero technical skills. I'll show you everything you need to know, and nearly $0. All right, so keep an eye out for the code tomorrow. I think it's the 18th when I'm release it. So you're going to get the special discount code. It's a code. It's 4 days long, and if you put it into action, you should potentially be up and running, starting building your audience literally within a few days if you follow the system. So keep an eye out for that. And with that said, guys, today is the day that you should stop sitting and just like consuming. You need to start producing. Entrepreneurship is all about production. It's different than going to school and getting a job in the sense that it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail. It's not like a test in school where if you fail, like if bad things happen, good things happen in entrepreneurship when you fail. Well, that's not entirely true, but you learn hard-won lessons that once you learn them, they can't be taken away. All right, so guys, with that said, hopefully this motivated you guys to take action. Out of all the successful people I know, they take this approach where it's like kind of like a tree thing, rather than scattering around like Shopify, Amazon, email, and dotting and like going from there to there to there. It's like they pick. This is what I did too. You pick one model and you kind of build a root, almost like a tree. You start building up the base from that one model. Now, there is going to come a point where it might make sense for you to branch, to start growing a branch, so to speak, but not until you have the base, the root system into place. This is an awesome tree. Got your roots, you have your stem or whatever that's called, the trunk, and you build this by focusing on one thing. So this could be, let's say you want to build your YouTube channel, it could be Shopify. You're going to put all of your energy, your action energy into building this. Now, there's going to come a point, like I said, maybe you might think, all right, it's time to monetize my YouTube channel. Let's do Shopify or affiliate marketing. Let's grow a branch this way. But this, at least when you do it like this, you're still doing it in line with the main tree, the main foundation that you're growing. All right, so just keep that in mind, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. Keep an eye out for my video tomorrow about the special coupon code for my Tube Tycoon system. With that said, guys, my name is Dan Brock, the Deadbeat Super Affiliate. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification button so you're notified of any videos that I release when I release them. All right, Deadbeats, with that said, time for old DB to go take a nap. I'll see you guys later.